Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is EmilyHanhan. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. And I was sitting here thinking about a product and I gotta talk about 5 products that I don't know how to fucking make up my mind about. You know, I was pondering, I was like, do I want to do a favorites video? Do I want to do some eyeshadow palette review videos? Which, by the way, I know I've talked a lot about some of the palettes that I brought into my collection at the end of last year, specifically the Blend Bunny palette, the Mira Beauty Greed, Lust, and Melancholia palettes, even the Viseart Violet Autumn Dew. But like, would you want an eyeshadow review roundup with some of those maybe? Let me know. Okay, anyway, but the point is that I was thinking about things and I was like, you know, there are just some things in my collection that like I can't make up my mind about, and it kind of annoys me. It's kind of annoying me. It is annoying me because, you know, I can change my mind when it comes to makeup, totally. Sometimes first impressions don't pan out either in good or bad ways, oftentimes. Sometimes things have learning curves, your skin changes, things change. But I like knowing how I feel about the makeup of my collection, and I don't know, and I'm a very indecisive person in many ways, but the fact that I'm indecisive about these, it is annoying me, so I thought I would just kind of vent it out to y'all. Now, if you're new here, first of all, welcome. Thank you for finding my channel. Say hello in the comments. If you are not new here, welcome back. I would love for any of y'all that are not yet subscribed to subscribe, especially if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes. Definitely the place for you. I also have a Patreon and a YouTube membership. My members and my patrons are amazing. Thank you all for being here. And if anyone watching wants to support me additionally, those are great ways to do it. Now, let's start with this product that I can't figure it out. Editing Emily, just here to say, my hair is a goddamn hot mess. I think this whole video, and that chair is in the background the whole time. So it's annoying me. Maybe it's annoying you. One fact or both facts. It is what it is. Okay, so I picked up the e.l.f. Brow Wow Brow Gel. I picked this up in my trip back in November. I have it in medium brown. I think I've owned this in the past, but I had a fall with it and the brush got so gross. Anyway, this is the longest I've had this product. And here's the thing. I really like a brow gel that has fibers in it. I like a brow gel that has some hold to it and some color pigment. My ideal brow is one product. It's one brow gel to do it all. And I think I have a product out there that does that, although it might be discontinued. But anyway, I'm always looking for other options. This, I can't decide how I feel about it. So it's a very small brush, which I like. It's also a very small tube, which, you know, for the price, I think this was $5 or $6. It's fine. This, sometimes I apply this and I'm like, oh, you know, that gives me the like bushy brow, but not like filled in bushy. And sometimes that looks great on me. And then sometimes I put this on and I'm like, did anything apply? Is anything there? Like, yes, this is sometimes nice to pair with the brow pen that I have from Milani, but I want it to be like something I can just use by itself. And sometimes I really like the way that looks when it's just by itself, and then sometimes it really just looks like I did nothing to my brows, and I don't want that with my brow gel. So I'm just kind of confused. I'm kind of confused. And sometimes if I like put on a coat and then like wait a bit and put on another coat, it does more of what I want it to do. But like, that's also annoying to me. So I don't feel like this is going to be a product that I'm going to repurchase. But then every once in a while I do my brows with it and I'm like, oh, those look really nice. Look, I'm just going to say, if you have any pointers on any of the products I talk about today, I am listening. I am all ears. If I haven't tried a technique and it's offered up to me, I will try it, because this next product has been well talked about on my channel, but I wanted to come back around to it because it's the Rituel de Fille Color Nectar Balm. This one is in Bee Sting. I also have Wasp, which is the like egg yolk yellowy orange color. So the reason I've come back around to this is that, I'm a patron of T, Nappy Headed Jojoba. T's Patreon is worth every penny and more. It's such a good group of people. We have movie nights and like Zoom hangouts. And T was talking about, we were talking about the Patrick Ta blush duos, which are powder and balm. And you're, according to Patrick Ta, supposed to put the powder down first and then the balm. I did not enjoy that product, and I think I was able to, I sold it to somebody. So I don't feel as bad about it because I got kind of my money back, kind of. But I realize I don't really love balm cheek products, and this has vexed me because I find that like this is such a luscious color, this kind of pink. I love this kind of pink, and I don't feel like I have exactly this tone of pink in my blush collection, but I feel like the balminess of it makes it go on very sheer and translucent, which I get, but I don't love it. I find that it's patchy. I find that a lot of times I can't build up color with it. I just don't love it. But the whole point of the Patrick Ta conversation with T is that T talks a lot about putting down powder first and then cream on top. And so last week, 2 weeks ago, a month ago, who knows? I think it's a couple weeks ago, I did a look where I put down the kind of mauve pink powder blush that's in the Artist Couture Love Blush trio, and then I put this on top, tapped it on with my fingers. Big pause, because I thought that look was so pretty. It felt such a luscious pink cheek. But I still had kind of the patchiness issue, and I still don't love the texture of this on my skin. Like, it's not the worst. It's not as oily or unset as the Cosmetics serum blushes. My hatred for those will like never die. But I still find that like when I apply it to my hand and I can really like rub it in, I feel like it's not as bad, but I don't feel like that's how I apply blush, especially because I usually have highlighter down first or maybe a little concealer in different places. Like, I don't really want to like do that. But that look that I did where I put this blush on top of the powder blush, I did think was very pretty. I've also put this on my lips a couple of times. It's a really pretty lip color. It's not the best on the lips. It's definitely more just for photos. But I don't know. It's like I still have regrets that I bought these in terms of the cost and everything. I'm glad that I think I have a new way to play with them, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Now, I know at the beginning of the video, I was talking about how, like, I was asking y'all if you wanted to see eyeshadow roundup review kind of videos because I had that big influx of makeup that was not purposeful, just life happened that way. There was a palette in that big influx that I don't know how I feel about it. Let's just get into it. I'm just like hemming and hawing. The Wilderness palette. Like, is it because the hype was so big? Is it because I feel like I should like it? And I'm not gonna say I've used this a ton. I still haven't even dipped into every color in here. It looks pretty untouched. And like, are these like smushy, super shock, almost-esque shimmers very pretty? Totally. But like, also, am I a like give me duochromes or multichromes or give me death kind of person? A little bit, yeah. I've kind of turned into one of those people. So like I just switched out. I put this one on, and like my ring finger. Does that kind of remind me of like one of my favorite colors from Plain Jane? Kind of. You know what? I just feel like I'm getting such a huff about this. First of all, I need to play with this more, but I realized that like a lot of the colors that I'm not drawn to, I knew that before I bought it, and I should have like listened to that gut. And this is not a regret or anything because it's a very affordable palette. You know, that's not really the issue. I just don't like feeling like, I guess in some ways, I don't like falling into the hype. And I don't find myself drawn to bigger palettes. Like if this was one row smaller, I think I would be more into it. Even if it was 2 separate palettes, I would be like very into it. And I knew that about myself, but I definitely let the hype and the price point and everything draw me in. For everyone that loves the palette, that gets along with the formulas and adores it, that makes me so happy. But like, I don't know, the couple of times I've worked with the mattes, I wasn't super impressed. And so I think especially because it came into my life at a point in time where I got an eyeshadow formula that I fucking love, a matte eyeshadow formula that I fucking love, the Blend Bunny formula. I got some eyeshadow palettes that are like inspired and curated color stories, the Mirror Beauty palettes that I have. And I got a palette that was a formula I've been wanting to try for a long time. That was also very hype, Viseart. And all of those have pulled me in to use it and want to play with those palettes quite a bit more than this palette has. And so, yeah, I don't think it's necessarily a bad palette, but I don't know if I'm ever really going to be able to review this palette because I just don't feel drawn to use it. And that tells me kind of like everything I need to know. Okay, so the next product up is the Danessa Myricks Colorfix, the foil formula. I pulled out Milky Way. I either own Venus or Alien. I never remember which one I bought. I really enjoy the matte or the kind of like satin matte, shimmer matte formulas. I find those Colorfix are very, very versatile. I just recently pulled this one out for a look that I did, and it's such a cool formula. So Milky Way is like, it's like silver and gold together in one. And these foil formulas, I think of them as this is going to sound like an insult. It's not. I think of them as a very refined glitter gel. So if you've ever put on a glitter gel, especially the chunkier glitters, and you know, it dries down and it sets, this to me feels similar, but the particles are teeny tiny. So it's in this clear base, and I had swatches on my hand from earlier, so my apologies. But it's in this clear base, and then it has these tiny sparkles, and they really they are silver and gold together. And I wouldn't even call them like a duochrome. I just feel like it's like that perfect cool warm color. And you know, now it's still a little tacky, but as it sits, it totally dries down, and I don't tend to find the glitter particles like moving or transferring or falling off my face. So it's like there is an elegance to that formula. But so when I was using it the other day in this look, I put a little on my brow bone and a little on my inner corner, and I already had eyeshadow on, and I found that it was hard to like either not put on too much where it really overtook the eye, like the brow area. Like it looked really cool in pictures, but it wasn't my favorite kind of in the finished look. And the inner corner wasn't too bad, but like there's a part of me that's like, I would rather just reach for a powder shadow to get this effect. And because I don't use this the way a lot of people use it, or the way I heard about it, which is just to put it like down as an all over eye base, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, and the other one that I have, that it's like a reddish bronzy gold, like duochrome, multi-chrome, something around there. But again, because it's in this clear base, I personally have found that with that one, for me to like get the effect and the shift, I had to really layer it, and then it started looking, sometimes it'll look patchy because sometimes it's picking up the product that has dried down underneath when I put on more product, or it didn't build the way I thought it might, or the way I would like it to. So like that one feels like I totally didn't need to. I should have just stuck with my powder shadows. This one feels a little bit more unique, and I want to play with it more, but I'm not totally sold on this formula, and I would love to hear how y'all use the foil formulas in particular, because I feel like I should be able to incorporate this more often, but it just feels like such a big to-do almost, where I don't feel that way about the other formulas. Like I used the purple for a little wing liner the other day, and it was super easy. It went on impactful, like it was great. But this, if I just want to like use it in a pinpoint way, I always just feel like I like overwhelm my eyes with it. So I just don't know how I feel, and like, yeah. Now, the last product up, I feel like I've talked about this in good and bad lights, because when I first got this product, I was totally in love, and then over time, I noticed a packaging flaw, and over time, I've noticed another concern, and this is the Rose Ink Concealer. Now, this is a beautifully full coverage, but very dewy emollient concealer. And that's kind of, I think in the long run, for my preferences and my skin, I think this is just going a tiny bit too much into emollient for me. Under my eyes, I think it can look beautiful. Sometimes it feels like it's too much, especially if I put down my Auric Glow Lust underneath. But the thing I have noticed is that on my nose, this doesn't always look great on the pores on my nose. And that's a part of my face that like I am I can be self-conscious about. They used to be worse, I feel like, when I was younger. My skin used to be oilier. Foundations back in the day would always like break up or look bad on my nose. You know, my skills have progressed and makeup has progressed and evolved. But they're still there. Those pores, of course the pores are there, but like they're still there, and I really don't like them to be very highlighted. I like putting, you know, I don't like them to be accentuated, even though I do cover my nose in highlighter. But it makes a difference because there have been times when I've been using this concealer. Here's the thing, if you don't know, I tend to use concealer all over the face. Like, I will put it under my eyes, I'll put a little on my nose, I'll put like under my nose where I get some redness, under my mouth where I've noticed a little bit of darkness, and sometimes like in the forehead, and then I just kind of like blend it all out. Sometimes it's a lot of concealer, sometimes it's a little concealer. Sometimes I have foundation or a skin tint on down first, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I just have Auric Glow Lust or the Wet n Wild primer. But anyway, I like concealers that can work on different parts of my face. I don't really just want an under eye concealer and then a face concealer. And I'm not gonna fuck with pore filling primers. I just want the concealer, the foundation, whatever, to work. And I think this one accentuates the texture of my nose in a way that feels uncomfortable for me. I need to use this more. I need to keep playing with it with different primers and layers, because it could be the concealer with certain things that makes it worse. But I'm torn on this because I think that for me, this is a formula that is emollient and not in a way that feels like it dries down. And because that was so new to me, and it can be so full coverage, instantly I was like, oh, this is so different but so lovely. I'm so into it. And over time, I think I've just been like, I don't know if the love is as strong as it was. It doesn't yet feel like a regret, but I came on real strong, real fast with this. And so, first of all, I feel a little bit of a responsibility to, like, on my channel be like, hey, update. Here's the update. That's what I'm trying to say. But I'm also just kind of torn on if this feels as revolutionary and well-behaving as I once thought it did. There we have 5 products I don't fucking know how I feel about. I mean, I obviously have some feelings because I've just been talking for however long this is. I'm not wearing glasses, so I don't know. Can't read that from here. But I don't like this confused feeling, and it felt nice to kind of vent it out and talk about it. I would love to hear any tips, tricks, pointers, thoughts you have on any of the products that I talked about, or feel free to share a product that you also just cannot fucking make your mind up about. Because I wonder, like, how common this is, how often you feel like, what do I think about this? Is it just me? Anyway, if you enjoyed this video and you're not yet subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe. You can thumbs up the video, you can leave me a comment, all the things that appease the engagement goddess, even if the engagement goddess is not appeased with me. I'm just stealing terms from Audra, like the engagement goddess. Anyway, thank you so much for spending a bit of your day with me. Don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.